What is up, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic evening. This is the AFC South Roundtable brought to you by Prize Picks. And I don't know if you know, but the schedule just came out at the end of last week, and that really changes things. It's one thing to have a record prediction based off of opponents, but once the schedule releases, you figure out things like what is the bye week? What are your trap games? Where are you screwed on travel? And that's what we are here to discuss. On top of, we got to try to figure out together, and this one's going to be tough, a potential place that we can do a meetup in-person show and attend a game. So today we got to discuss all of those things, plus much more, but I can't do it alone. I got to bring in the fellas. Fellas, so damn good to see you. Mike, Ruben, Derek, my guy UCF Jags. Fellas, listen, let's get into the schedule breakdown. First of all, Mike, let me check in with you. How you doing, brother?
I'm just going to tell you right now, I am just having a great week, and everything just seems to keep falling my way.
All right.
But I digress.
Okay, well, listen, I hope this is like schedule related. Ruben, what about you, brother?
You know, I'm feeling great. The World Cup's coming down here to H-Town, so I live right by the the Fan Fest, so they're getting everything ready to go. It's going to be a scene in a couple of weeks here in the H, boys. I'm feeling good, happy to be back.
I love it. I love it. Dalton, listen, the schedule release came out, and I thought your boy went and got a haircut to try to copy you. It sounds like it ended up being a fake thing, but you're still looking good with the haircut. How you doing?
Yeah,
brother?
what do you guys think of my haircut? I actually got one on Thursday, not even knowing that Trevor was going to get a haircut on Thursday. Yeah, that was
Twinsies.
yeah, I mean, it was like you looked at that and it was like, no way, this is the cut that you're getting. Way too long in the sides. I mean, if you're gonna get a cut, that was just weird. But yeah, I'm glad he didn't get a cut because I mean the long hair needs to be his thing. You know, like James Harden doesn't shave his beard, Anthony Davis doesn't shave the unibrow. Like he's got to keep that hair.
Yeah, but Harden's ugly as hell, bro. He needs that beard.
Keep the flow. That's gonna be your thing, and that's kind of your signature. So other than that, yeah, schedule release was cool. It's always cool. Kind of seeing the schedule. I don't know if I'm that much of a schedule nut. I always think week one is cool when you get your week one opponent because that's kind of where your sights are set. So yeah, Jaguars get Cleveland at home. They want to let Travis Hunter play Shadur Sanders before he gets benched. So yeah, it'll be cool.
Yeah. I mean, listen, like, I don't know. For me, I like to plan out because there's always like one game a year that I try to attend. Like, I get it. As content creators, we know that like our bread is buttered from covering the games at home, either through a post-game show or live watch party. But it is nice to like get out and watch one game if you can. So like for me, that's what I look at. And again, like it's one thing to know the opponents, but I'll give you an example. Like the 49ers, man, we play the Giants in December in MetLife, sandwiched between like three division opponent games. So it's like, whoa. Normally, I would pick us to beat the Giants, but now I'm looking at it going, man, that might be a trap game. That could easily be a loss. So, all those things do matter. Derek, sitting there nice and quiet. Brother, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Glad to finally have some more football content to discuss. And shout out to the Colts social media admin for putting together that Simpsons episode, man. I mean, it's one of the front runners for the best schedule release of the year. I mean, it was awesome. I don't know if Ballard really liked some of the things that got brought up in there, like the 4,171 days that the Colts haven't beat Jacksonville in Jacksonville sort of thing. But it's good. Everybody loved it. It was awesome. So I'm ready to digest this and get into it.
Yeah, man, that's always fun. I'll tell you, the Chargers are usually the front runner. They usually kill it. I love that they had a little Rossini dig in there on the Patriots, but there was a couple teams that did that. So it was good times for sure. The Colts definitely killed it with that Simpsons episode, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So
and Dalton, the meme that they used for when we played Jacksonville, I mean, that was perfect.
Yeah,
that was
Homer Simpson going back into the It's crazy because we've been doing collabs for a long time now, us two together, and it's like ever since we started doing it, it's like, oh yeah, like they haven't won a Jacksonville since 2014. Like we were saying that in like 2019, and now it's like, bro, like how is it 2026 and that streak is still here? I just don't understand it. It's crazy.
So bad.
Before we get into each individual team's schedule, I'll kind of just go around here. Do you guys buy in? Because this comment here, Jags have the 11th easiest schedule with the first place schedule. I'll take it. Do you guys buy into the easy schedule thing like at all? I mean, anybody can talk on this one. Any thoughts on that?
Not really, because especially like you always think, oh, fourth place schedule, this is great. But then like if you're in fourth place, those teams only have one place to go, and that's up. So it's always hard. Like a second place schedule. Like what if you have a third place schedule where you get the Chiefs, second place schedule where you get the Bills? It's like, you know what I mean? It's different.
It's just trying to base it off of last year's projections is just really a dumb way to look at it, because even the Chiefs, who were obviously still a dynasty in this league, had a really unfortunate year last year and didn't make the playoffs. But it's like then you think next year they could potentially contend for a Super Bowl, and then that's going to shoot you up automatically. It's just like it's dumb to think about it from last year, because the next year is always different.
And every week's different. I mean, when you start the season out, it's always about who's injured, who's like going through, a slow progression as the season starts and goes through. It's every little bit of detail. Every week's different.
Yeah, I geek out too. Like I like to look at when you're playing teams. Like, are you playing a team coming off of a bye? That matters. All those little things matter. But yeah, talk about the Chiefs. I mean, Rashee Rice, that was a good day for him. Anyways, all right, let's get into the schedule. So we'll go with the Titans first. The way I understand it, 0 primetime games. They open the season versus the Jets. They have a week 9 bye. That's the extent of my knowledge. No, I've got the schedule in front of me. But Mike, talk to me, man. What schedule comes out? You go through this thing. What are you thinking as you see this schedule?
Well, I mean, let's talk about the primetime games and get that out of the way, because obviously that's the elephant in the room for a lot of Titans fans. But, in retrospect, with the new stadium being built, I mean, there's a theory about just getting equipment in and out, especially in that construction zone. It's potentially going to be one of those just kind of headache things. So they just kind of want to just move the needle down the road just a little bit for next year. But otherwise, I did feel that there were a couple games that had primetime potential. You look at potentially week 4 at Baltimore. I really felt, King Henry, the Titans reuniting on that front. Potential right there. And I mean, Dalton and I talked a little bit about potentially Titans at Jaguars. I felt that had a lot of really good Thursday night football capabilities. But, in retrospect, I get it. I'm not that upset about it. In reality, I just kind of find it funny. You're going to put Cam Ward on Netflix quarterback this summer and then not capitalize on it with maybe one primetime game just to get him a little more acclimated to the nation. But, it is what it is. I'm not going to have sour grapes about it.
I am looking so forward to quarterback, by the way, and Cam Ward in particular, just how he carries himself week to week, how he preps. I think it's going to be a hell of a show. When you look at the schedule, now that I guess could come across as a complaint. I don't know what your thoughts are. Were there any like other gripes that you had with the schedule as far as like bad, like a bad back-to-back flight here, short week here? Like any thoughts on that?
I think realistically, you just have to look at the schedule. As I said earlier, you don't want to like look too far ahead or look in between, because we don't know what's going to happen. It's a week by week situation as it occurs. By week 1, we could be missing some major key players. By week 1, we could be having everybody in the lineup. It's hard to say. I don't want to get too high or too low in that situation. And I'd encourage any other Titans fan to just take it with a grain of sand. We've been 3-14 for the last 2 years. I think I'm just going to kind of keep my expectations a little tempered this season.
Is there like a 3 to 5 game stretch that you're looking at the course of the season that's like, all right, that's going to be where we're battle tested, and we're going to figure out, really who we are during that stretch?
I think right about before the bye week, it's pretty interesting because you'll have a week 2 matchup against the Eagles. Brian Dable rematches the Giants. Baltimore, as I said. You've got the Texans, the Colts, the Browns, which I kind of feel that could be maybe a trap game, and you got the Bengals before the bye week. So it's a pretty rough stretch. But at the same time, as I said, week to week scenario, you're going to just play it out how it plays out. And while it's a tough stretch, that's a lot of good football before the bye week. So I'm pretty excited to see how that plays out, especially two former head coaches meeting up with their former teams. I really like those matchups right there.
Well, and I know we're talking Titan schedule, but I'm looking at it. You guys have a week 9 bye. You come out of there, you play at home versus the Jags. I mean, listen, the Jags should be favored in that game. And you would think, all right, Jags fans are probably thinking we're going to sweep this matchup, but coming out of a bye at home, that could be a kind of a deal breaker there that helps kind of sway it in your guys' favor, Yeah,
I mean, this isn't the 2025 Titans that's going to be playing this year. So, it's going to be interesting to see how we match up against, our rivals in the AFC South. So, as I said, it's just a situation that we just take it one game at a time and just progress ourselves going forward. But I'm really looking forward to this year. I think the Titans are going to be more competitive. And, with Nissan Stadium, this is its final season. We're really excited to just send the old girl out with a bang, whether playoffs are going to be implicated down the road or not. We just want to have a good year before we get the move on to the new Nissan Stadium next door.
All right. Well, I know we talked about where we think teams are going to finish in this division the last time we did a show, but we did not give a full record breakdown. Now that the schedule's out, I get it. I know it's week to week. Things change, injuries. I'm not going to hold you guys to these predictions, although I'm sure the chat will. What's your record prediction like for your Tennessee Titans?
Well, I don't want to give a full record, but I'll give you a guesstimation of where I think the Titans will end up this year.
You could give me like a floor ceiling type thing if you want.
We could do that.
Okay.
I think with the floor, I'd go 6 wins. I think this team's much better improved on the roster, on paper even, but I like the matchups that we might potentially have getting ready for the season. And for the ceiling, I'll say 9 wins. I really like the fact that Dable's really getting his hands on Ward, and there's already some video out where he's working with Carnell Tate. Everybody's excited about that. So in retrospect, 2026 could be a very fun year for the Titans. Very competitive even too.
God, I keep forgetting you guys have Brian Dable over there. That's such a good pickup at offensive coordinator. I absolutely love that. So yeah, man, I'll tell you what, the game I'm circling is exactly that week 10 game. You got Robert Saleh, Liam Cohn. That one's going to be a fun one. We know those guys do not at all like each other. I'm sure leading into that game, any reporter that's worth their salt is going to be asking about that incident from last year. I'm sure both coaches will play it down, but I'm looking forward to that post-game handshake at the very least, no matter how that game goes down.
Yeah, just keep Cohen's name out of your mouth, Michael, okay?
What are you saying fuck me for? I didn't say nothing. I'm just chilling.
Keep my coach's name out of your mouth. It will be good.
He's going to be up my ass. He keeps rolling like that now.
I know it's May, but I'm already feeling a little bit heated, okay? So I'll see you in 6 months.
Okay, we going to play that? I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you, son.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm ready.
Let's go.
I love it. All right. Well, listen, Michael didn't want to give his full record prediction. Maybe you guys can give me a floor ceiling, or you can give me a full record prediction. Up to you. Ruben, how do you see the Titans schedule breaking down? Wins, losses, overall? What's your overall prediction for these guys? Muted.
I kind of have to agree with Mike. The floor of 6 games, I think it could be a little less. I have some heavy concerns about the offensive line for Tennessee, but as far as 8-9 wins being, the ceiling, I can absolutely see that. Robert Saleh is a damn good head coach. He, the culture of Swarm, it's with him also, and me just knowing how much the culture really revolves around all 53 players, that's going to be the Tennessee Titans. It's just, what is going to be Brian Daboll? What is going to be Cam Ward? Year 1 was not good for him. We've seen year 2 be horrible for quarterbacks. Is it going to get worse for Cam Ward? Is it going to get better? They added some weapons, but I would agree with Mike here.
Okay. All right. Dalton, what about you?
Yeah, Titans definitely got a lot better. I know when I watched them last year, I was like, this team is so far away from being anything, but spent some money, had some draft capital. So yeah, we can say, I mean, look, we can go with a floor of 6-11. I mean, I think that's fair. I think they can, and sometimes these games, I mean, it's decided by inches and maybe a bad call or a bad drop by somebody. You know what I mean? There's really like, when you actually look at the game of football, it's kind of crazy. Sometimes there's just 2, 3, or 4 plays that really determine the whole game. So yeah, we can push them up to 9 wins. I don't have a problem doing that.
Okay. All right. Derek, thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with Dalton. Between 6 and 9 wins seems about right when it comes to the Titans. They'll double their win total because they got better at the coach. They got better at key positions, and obviously Cam Ward, who, when you typically have a bad rookie year, they tend to be a little bit better in that regard. So the roster got a little better. Quarterback's going to get a little better. Head coach is in a better position. So yeah, they'll definitely make a little bit more noise this year. Still a long ways to go from being able to see everything, but definitely a team that'll keep everybody in contention though.
All right, there it is, Tennessee Titans. We're going to talk primetime games as we go through at the end of the show here, and I'm going to have each of you make a claim as to one game. If we were to do a roundtable event, what game should it be for your team? And we'll talk through that. But now we got to get to the Indianapolis Colts. And Derek, I'm telling you, man, I'm looking at this schedule. No favors to start off. You get the Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Texans. Like, that is not a joke, man. That's a quick way to figure out what your team is. You could quickly be 0-3 right there, and the season could be down the drains. Or you could be 2-0 talking Super Bowl like last year. You never know how things go, right? So here we go.
I worry about your playoff chances.
Yeah, worry about your own playoff chances. Daniel Jones is breaking records out here in 2 weeks.
He's breaking something.
So Derek, talk to me, man. Schedule comes out last Thursday. I'm sure you go live. What are the things that you and Colts fans are talking about during that live?
Yeah, no kidding. The first 5 weeks of this season is really going to tell you what this Colts team is made of. At home against the Ravens, on the road, Sunday Night Football against the Chiefs, then having to face the Texans at home. Then you're going to London in week 4, which I still think the Colts have a good shot at that one because, the Colts do pretty well in international games recently. But then after that, you go to Pittsburgh, where the Colts have, like, over the recent memory, over the last 20 years, have never won in Pittsburgh. So, I mean, you're right. It could be a situation where the Colts could be 1-4, or they could be, maybe 3-2, surprising everyone, right? I mean, that's kind of the situation that you wonder about. And then, there's a couple favorable games in the middle of the stretch. I mean, you play the Titans multiple times. You're going to face the Dolphins. And, I still think the Colts have a good shot against teams like the Vikings and the Cowboys and even the Giants. And even at the back end of the schedule, I mean, you're going to play the Browns, the Bengals, the Titans. We'll see how Joe Burrow's health is at the end of the year. If the Colts can get through the first 7 games and not be 2-5 or 3-4, then it gives you a good opportunity towards the back end of the schedule to make some noise. But yeah, that front part of that schedule is definitely a major concern, especially I was talking with the guys beforehand. Yeah, we have that international game week 4, and then we don't have a bye week after in 5, which, that kind of sucks, but I would prefer a bye week later in the year, because then that way, that wear and tear is starting to happen, and those guys get that extra week to help get their bodies right. And especially if you're going to play a game right after coming back from an international game, and you play in a place where historically you are severely underfavored when it comes to playing in that place anyway, and it's almost like all the fans are already guaranteeing it's a loss. I feel that way as well. Like, at least if you're going to play somewhere, play unfavorable, get that loss out of the way, and just move on to the next week. But yeah, it's definitely tough at the beginning, but I mean, still room for possibility at the end.
So is that your biggest complaint, is that overseas game in London and then not having the bye afterwards? Or is there something else that you're looking at going, man, they didn't do us any favors here?
I know. I mean, it's those first 3 games. I mean, geez, I mean, talk about, I mean, the one thing is I can throw a shock out there, and I will say that I think the Colts can beat the Ravens at home. It is one. And it's Jesse Minter's first game as a head coach. So maybe the Colts get lucky in the fact that the Ravens just maybe aren't as in tune as they might be towards the end of the year when that offense gets going. Maybe the Colts surprise some people, right? I mean, that is quite possible, because we're not going to know how either one of these teams is going to look offensively with all the different changes that both these teams have made to their respective rosters. I think we could upset the Ravens there, but then obviously, playing the Chiefs in Sunday Night Football on the road, that's ridiculous. And then obviously having to go to back home, but then playing the number 1 defense in the National Football League right after that doesn't do us any favors either there.
Well, listen, I mean, that's true, but think about it like this. I like what you're saying about the Ravens, which I think the Ravens will be a good team. I think Minter's going to be a hell of a coach, but this is his first game and it's on the road. Like, there's something to that. What if Patrick Mahomes doesn't start the season? You might be playing a Chiefs team without Patrick Mahomes. So that's a possibility as well. So, what looks pretty daunting right now may not actually be so daunting. Like I said, you could be 2-0 talking Super Bowl again, brother.
It's possible, but there is also the possibility that Daniel Jones also might not be ready for week 1.
It's true.
The Colts
Ain't no way he's ready.
The Colts have not said we are confident that he will start week 1. They have always said we're preparing him for week 1. And when you say the terminology like that, you're saying he might start doing stuff in training camp. We're not 100% sure, which is so weird because they keep saying, oh, he's ahead of his recovery. He's throwing the football right now and he's moving just fine right now the way that he is. I'm very shocked that they're not so optimistic to say that Daniel Jones will be the week 1 starter, but they're not saying it.
That is a lot of non-answering adjectives, and that concerns me.
Yes, very much so. Yeah. And you got to wonder how Daniel Jones is going to look, too. I mean, he had 2 different injuries that he went down with at the end of last year. So who knows how that recovery is going and how he's going to look afterwards. So, I mean, obviously, those kinds of injuries don't affect quarterbacks as much as other positions, but still.
No, it definitely is something to look out for. I mean, good thing you got the Savior still on the roster and you didn't trade him, AR-15 still there. So you guys,
Gardner Minshew's on the Cardinals right now.
Dude, the Cardinals going through a Jacoby Brissett holdout is tough.
Any franchise in NFL history, dude. Like,
how are they doing over there?
Well, held hostage by Jacoby Brissett.
And then Carson Beck is your future. I don't know what's going on over there.
Poor Jeremiah.
Never have I ever. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, man. Well, listen. Give me a floor ceiling for the Colts, man.
I think the floor could be, 6 games. I mean, that's how drastic it can be if the Colts don't win some of these games early and they have injury problems like they did last year. But I mean, the ceiling I think could be, it could be 10 or 11 games this next year. I mean, it could very well be that, but unfortunately, I think for my record prediction, I think I said 8-9 again this year. I don't have confidence because at the end of the year, I think the Colts are going to be hanging around 500 come the end of the season, right? And then I think, and this is what I said on the podcast, I think the Colts will lose in Cleveland somehow, some way. They shouldn't lose, but the Colts always find a way to lose games at the end of the year when they shouldn't, especially when they're playing in a cold environment. And Lord knows everyone hates playing football in Cleveland at that time of year. So I think they'll lose that one. And then they play the Jaguars at home to finish out the year, seemingly almost every year, and we always lose it. So, I mean, I think that they'll have a winning record. They'll be 8-7 going into it with a chance to face two teams that they should beat, but I just think they'll lose both, and then they'll go 8-9, and then I doubt that Chris Ballard gets fired, but that's the hope.
Ugh, absolutely brutal. All right. Michael, what do you think with the Colts? Floor, ceiling?
Yeah, on the floor, I mean, this is a team that has talent on the board. It's just quarterback's going to be the big question mark with Daniel Jones. So floor, I'd go about 7 wins, and ceiling, I'd go about 10.
Okay, I like it. Ruben, what about you?
Yeah, I think I'm actually a little bit lower on the Colts than everyone else. I just don't think they had a productive offseason at all. And the fact that there is some concerns at quarterback, they have a rough 3 game, first 3 games to start the season. If you're sitting at 0-3, some teams just call it quits. They didn't really do anything in free agency. They didn't have a first round pick. They sent Michael Pittman to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They just lost Kenny Moore. A lot of subtractions have happened from Indianapolis. I think the floor could be, 4 wins for them. And I think the ceiling could be, 7-8. I'll give Derek the 8 there, but I think it could be a rough year for Indianapolis.
Whoa, the disrespect for Sauce Gardner is crazy. I mean, that was their first round pick.
I don't know who that is. He's the 4th best corner in the AFC South.
Oh, no. All right.
Derek Stingley, Kamari Lassiter, Travis Hunter, Sauce Gardner.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Good
Travis
Lord.
Hunter already getting that boost.
Kenny Moore at 4 and Sauce Gardner at 5. But
Lockdown corners in the NFL are Pat Surtain, Derek Stingley, and Sauce Gardner. Don't get started.
Hey, don't sleep on Travis Hunter, man. He played some good cornerback last year.
Oh, my gosh.
Monte Taylor's coming for you.
Touching the earth.
Near every no love for game. Travarius Ward. I mean, I don't know. Anyways, all right. Dalton.
Yeah, you're right. Travarius Ward, if healthy, is better than Sauce Gardner.
Dalton, talk to me. What's the floor and ceiling for the Colts?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to give a number here. What I'll say is their floor will be the first team to not make the playoffs. Or the ceiling will be the first team to not make the playoffs. Their floor is going to be enough wins to keep Chris Ballard. That's those are my thoughts.
That's brutal.
Nice.
That's
well done.
That's ultimate.
Very well played. Yeah, it most certainly is. There's no doubt about that. All right. Let's get into it. Hear from our sponsor, Prize Picks, promo code HMA to get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Link is in the description. Definitely check them out. Here's the lineup that I got going into tonight. Eastern Conference Championship, Game 1. I've got Donovan Mitchell, less than 26.5 points. I got Jalen Brunson more on the 21.5, and I got Mikal Bridges more on the points, rebounds, and assists. This is $10 to win $62.50. Now with Prize Picks, you can do futures. So if you're only an NFL junkie, you can look at teams in the AFC South, pick more or less on their win totals. You can pick more or less on particular players' statistics. There's a lot of things you can do with Prize Picks, or you can just do what we're doing here. You can tail us, check us out. Certainly, promo code HMA, links in the description. Prize Picks. Go give them some love. All right, let's talk about the winners of this division, the Jacksonville Jaguars, with 3 primetime games. Week 9 at Baltimore, Week 14 versus Pittsburgh, Week 16 at Dallas. You got the Eagles and the Texans in London, Week 5 and 6. My gosh, you guys are traveling all over the place. Schedule comes out. What are your first thoughts? What are you streaming about, Dalton? Talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, we could argue we have 5 primetime games, right? I mean, the 2 London games are standalone games, so put some respect on the Jaguars name. But yeah, it's it's a brutal stretch to start. I mean, week 2 at Denver. I mean, last year the Jaguars went there and kind of shocked them. You could probably argue that maybe throughout the course of the season they were probably the best team in the AFC. Of course, weird title game with having Jarrett Stidham and just the snow getting involved. But then the week after that, you have home against the AFC champions in New England. So that's going to be tough too. But yeah, I mean, you look at this stretch at Denver, home versus New England, at the Cincinnati Bengals, which, when healthy, who knows what to expect out of them. And then you have 2 really tough London games with the Eagles and Texans over there. So it's definitely a hard stretch there. Those are really some of the games that I'm keep pointing. It could be one underrated stretch here is the Jaguars have a Thursday night football game in Baltimore, then go to Tennessee, then go to New York to play the Giants, and then back home against Tennessee. That could be an underrated stretch there where you're playing a bunch of away games. And, I may not think that Tennessee might not be a great team this year, but I think they could be a little bit feisty, right? They could be a little bit frisky. I think Titans will win some games you don't really expect them to win. You also have probably your lone game that could be really, really cold, like in Chicago. So, it's definitely, I don't think it's like the hardest schedule I've ever seen, but I like the primetime games, in Baltimore on Thursday Night Football, home versus the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday Night Football. Then they have a very, very random Sunday Night Football game against the Dallas Cowboys. There's not really a lot of history there. Only 8 total games played against the Dallas Cowboys in franchise history. So other than that, I mean, I think it's going to start off fun. I really like that Denver game. I'm really interested to see how the matchups go with the Houston Texans this year, because both teams were, especially after the Jags played them in Houston, they had the meltdown. I mean, neither team lost a regular season game after that. So yeah, I like the schedule overall. Week 7 bye after playing in London twice. And by the way, the reason why the Jags are playing in London twice is that the Jaguar Stadium is under massive renovations right now. The whole entire upper deck is going to be closed, so you only have one bowl going on. So they moved a couple games out there. I think they need actual time for construction. I think they need like a full month during the season to actually do some work. So that comes between week 4 and week 7. So yeah, we'll kind of see how it all goes. But man, I think the Jags will be good this year, man. I mean, the way the offense was with the way Trevor Lawrence was playing and the way they really just figured out the wide receiver core at the end of the year, it's exciting stuff. So honestly, I think August training camp will be here before you know it. And then, 4 months from now, we'll be talking about all these different matchups. And I think that's when the AFC South Roundtable gets to be really fun.
Yeah, I agree with that. When you look at this thing, where did you say, or I don't know if you did say, but the trap game, like when you look at it, like, this is the one that kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I think the trap games come with all these away games we're playing between week 9 and week 11. I mean, you have at Baltimore Thursday Night Football, at Tennessee, at New York, and that's November 22nd. So it could be cold out there. I'm not too familiar with all the weather around the United States, but Titans and New York, those are 2 teams that, hey, maybe they don't get a lot of wins in a win column this year, but I think that both teams will be competitive, and I don't think either team will be really slouches to play. So especially when you're coming off a stretch of games where you're Denver, Patriots, Eagles, Texans. I mean, it could be a moment where maybe you get caught slipping there.
Yeah, most certainly. Well, I'm looking at those Texans matchups. One's in London, so obviously we can't attend that one. But that's your second week in a row being in London, so that's advantage Jags. But then, they kind of pay you back because you guys play a Monday Night Football game, and then you got to turn around and travel to Houston. So they kind of even things out there. I'm really curious to see how those matchups go. Those, could decide the division, especially if one of you goes 2-0 in those matchups. So
yeah, I mean, when you come to big matchups, like the big matchups in the AFC South, I mean, it has to be either the Jaguars Texans matchups, right? I mean, last 4 years, each team has won it twice. 9 out of the last 11 seasons have been Jaguars and Texans winning the AFC South. So, I mean, and when you look at things now, I mean, especially with the state of maybe the Titans still maybe a year away, the Colts I don't know what's going on over there, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, each team should be strong. And yeah, with the Texans, I'm fascinated by them because I don't know what CJ Stroud we're getting, because that team, I mean, they're it's an insane roster, but like, you know, I think Texans fans are wondering the same thing. It's like no one really knows what they have in CJ Stroud. Is it, you know, is he? I don't think he's maybe 2025 bad. Is he 2023 good? I don't know. Maybe he's right in the middle. But regardless, I mean, that's he's going to lead the team, whether they're great or whether they're, you know, their typical divisional round exit.
Well, somehow CJ Stroud's transformed into Fousey Tube. I don't know how that happened this offseason, but that's what he looks like.
Good.
So, yeah,
He got a real haircut, right?
Yeah, he did. He cut him
Yeah.
off.
He actually
lost
cut his hair.
15,
Yeah,
20 pounds.
yeah,
Got
he does.
tatted
He
up.
is. He is looking good. He's looking good. We'll see if it translates on the field for sure. All right, give me your floor ceiling, Dalton, for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, we went 13-4 last year. That's pretty damn good. It's going to be hard to beat that. So, you know, I'll give the ceiling maybe one more win. We'll say 14 wins, 14-3 ceiling. I would say floor, I don't know, maybe 10-7. I don't know, 10-7. I'll say this floor, and I mean, I think it's going to be a good team. Like, and I think overall, I mean, Liam Cohen is that dude, man. Like, Liam Cohen can scheme up an offense. I mean, you have a real offensive genius as your head coach, and you even have, you know, an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator that's been getting head coaching interviews out there. I mean, it's going to be a damn good football team.
Well, year two.
Look at these guys laughing at the
Lawrence.
champions of the division. What's going on here?
I know. Yeah, they're not. I'll give them their time in a second.
Yeah, it looks like
Listen,
they've been
man.
taking bong rips. What's going on here? What did I miss?
Derek just got
I'm
super
sorry.
red when you
I'm
said
sorry. I'm
14.
sorry.
Oh, that was
Listen.
great.
Teacher, can we separate these two? Can we put them on
I
separate
know,
sides of the
yeah,
room?
guys, you're dead. Listen, all right, listen. I move you guys around here. I
Here we
just
go.
see you can't sit next to each other. All right. Okay, let's go to Mike first. Give me the floor ceiling for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, as bad as an offseason as the Jaguars had, they still are the champions. They still have a good roster
There.
this season. So, I mean, for me, I don't think I would put their floor about at 8 wins. But, you know, historically, teams that have really good seasons, they tend to drop off a little. So I'll go ceiling 12 wins for them.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
all right. Derek, thoughts?
I certainly do not think that this Jaguars team is winning 14 games, especially
Why not?
given
Why
the
not?
fact
Why
that
not?
like your home schedule, like just given the notion that you're not truly going to have a home game this year is like going to hurt in a lot of ways. I still think that the Jags probably go like 9-8, honestly. They'll win more games than they lose. Just because they're a better team than some let on. But I just think that they also, for Ruben's take on my team, that we didn't really have a great offseason. I don't think that the Jags really had a great offseason either. Again, I think their ceiling would be at most 11 games. I doubt that even gets there, but they'll probably go 9-8 in my estimation.
Ruben, thoughts?
You know, that's crazy. So I actually had the the Texans and Jags kind of at the same floor and ceiling. The conversation is kind of hard because you see that 13 games won the division last year. So it's like, is 13 going to be the number? Is 12 going to be the number? But I think the conversation around Jacksonville, I'm just worried about the defense when you lose an all-pro linebacker. I do think Trevor's going to be good. So I have 9-10 wins being the floor, and then I think the ceiling, I go 12-13 if Trevor does take another step forward and Liam Cohen really is that coach. I can see Jaguars, losing some games because of the lack of defense. Their offense just couldn't do enough, but I would say floor 10, ceiling 13.
Okay. Dalton, question for you. Just from a 49er fan perspective, Eric Armstead, the rumors are he might be getting cut. Is there some truth to that, or?
Oh, no, he'll be here. I know, I know a lot of people looking at the cap, they say, oh, he's going to cost this much money. But I mean, if you get rid of him, I mean, it's not like they did heavy investments at the interior of the defensive line. So
it's fair.
He'll be here another year. And I mean, he was pretty good last year for us. once he was actually playing his true position. So yeah, he'll still be around.
Okay. All right. Let's get into the Houston Texans and their schedule. Man, this one's interesting. 4 primetime games, week 11 versus Indy, week 13 at Pitt. You guys got Minnesota, week 16 Philly, and then you played the Jags week 6 in London. So schedule comes out. I know you're looking at things, Ruben. Talk to me. What is going on with the Houston Texans fans when the schedule comes out? What is the conversation like?
Yeah, so the conversation is, right, the first month of the season and the last 6 games of the season. The first month of the season, you got Buffalo, you got Cincinnati, and you got the Dallas Cowboys. 3 of those teams have some damn good quarterbacks, and it's going to be a real true test for the Houston Texans defense. The Dallas Cowboys have one of the best offenses, in the NFL last year. Do they follow it up? And then you have to give respect to Joe Burrow and Josh Allen. The final 6 games of the season is where I have some concerns because you have 4 away games. That is a lot of traveling. And then you have 3 games in 12 or 11 days. You got Jacksonville at home, then 4 days later on Christmas Eve against the Philadelphia Eagles. Then, you get a little bit of a break, but still you play just a couple of days later on Monday Night Football against the Green Bay Packers in week 17 on the road also. It's a lot of traveling late in the season for the Houston Texans, but, I think this could be a fun season nonetheless.
Well, I want to shout out to the graphic is wrong. You guys do not play the Minnesota Vikings, so we'll get with the graphics team on that one. But either way, yeah, man, interesting schedule. I'm looking at this thing. It's you guys, no favors for sure. You got the Packers late in the season. You got the Eagles on Thursday Night Football. The Ravens are going to be tough. The Chargers, that's interesting schedule. Obviously, you got the Jags twice. So you're looking at this thing. Where do you think your trap game comes in?
I think my trap game comes right after we face the Jacksonville Jaguars in London. That game against the New York Giants, where, they have a new head coach. They have crazy as Scatterboo, but the Houston Texans, they're going to be tired. They're going to be trying to get back to their sleep schedule, and I think they're going to be just looking forward to the bye. I know normally the game before the bye is when the Houston Texans let it all out and give as much as they can, but I think the traveling to London is something that they haven't done in quite a few years. Is going to to affect them. And then I could also say, the Jacksonville game in week 15, just because that's your only home game in damn near a month, you need to protect home. And if Jacksonville is competitive with all that traveling, I can see this one potentially being a slip-up game for the Houston Texans. So those 2 matchups, the New York Giants and the Jacksonville Jaguars in week 15, I'm keeping an eye on.
Brutal, man. All right. Well, talk to me, man. Give me the floor and ceiling for your Houston Texans.
So I would say the floor is 10 wins, regardless of who the hell is at quarterback. We are once again going to have one of the best defenses in the NFL. Is it as historic as last year? You don't know, but there's a damn good a chance, especially with the additions of Reed Blankenship and Caden McDonald. The ceiling. If CJ Stroud is back to what he was in year 1, this is a 13-14 win team, and this could be a very special season for the Houston Texans. You also look at what they did on the offensive line, Wyatt Teller, Braden Smith, David Montgomery in the running game. The Texans did their job in building around CJ. Now all eyes are on him. He cut his hair, dropped about 10 to 15 pounds. Does it mean he's going to play good? It doesn't. But when you hear from multiple people, head coach, GM, and players that he's having a good offseason, that his mindset is different, that he himself is different, it gets you excited. If he's locked in, this is going to be a special year for Houston.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you guys have a championship defense. You said that all year last year. Sounds like you should have that again. Can the offense bring things together? They've done a good job of protecting, or at least trying to protect CJ Stroud through free agency and the draft and what have you. Very, very curious to see how this thing plays out. So, Derek, we'll go to you first. Give me a floor and ceiling on the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I think floor is 9 wins because ultimately, regardless if their offense is as bad as it was last year, your defense is still going to be so good to the point where you're going to be in every game. So they're going to definitely have a winning record unless like they have catastrophic injuries on the defense. And yeah, I think ceiling definitely is 13 wins. They definitely can get it done if their quarterback situation is better at all. Like Ruben said, they put together some good offensive line pieces. They're going to be in better offensive line this year. David Montgomery added to that running back room is a very good addition. So they got all the pieces necessary to make things more comfortable for their quarterback. Now, if their quarterback gets it done, that's the big question.
All right, Michael, thoughts?
So with this Houston Texans team, I mean, even with the questions at the interior offensive line where they're going to have to learn to mesh together, and you're really wondering which CJ Stroud's going to show up, still at the floor, I feel this is a capable 10-win team. But if CJ Stroud does stand up and delivers to where he needs to be, the efficient quarterback that we think he can be, Ruben, I think this could be a 14-win team, especially with that defense. And I'll add on top, they might be the best scoring defense in the NFL this season.
All right. Dalton, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Jaguars and Texans will be neck and neck again, kind of like they were last year. I mean, the Jaguars went on an 8-game winning streak at the end of the season last year. If they had lost one of those games, AFC South would have been the Texans. So I'll give them the same as the Jaguars. We'll go ceiling 14, floor 10.
Okay. I think that's totally fair. That's totally fair. All right, let's get to some of these supers, and then we'll have you each make a case for why we should do a roundtable event at a game of your choice. Gooter says 15-2 for the Texans. The new CJ Stroud will take us to the promised land. Well,
let's do it. Timothy Stroud coming back.
Hopefully the old CJ Stroud is back as well. Mox Nintendo says Jags 5-1 in the division again. 12 will win the AFC South. Trevor is back.
Yeah, I don't think we're ready for how good Trevor Lawrence is going to be this year. I'll just say that.
Ooh, okay. I like it. DJ Boom says the Texans have the best roster in the AFC South and arguably top 3 in the AFC. We got much better in the offseason. Can't speak for the rest of the South. Shout out to Ruben. I got asked the other day.
Titans like that, man.
You can be the biggest Titans hater, but you can't say they didn't get better. Like, come on.
They got better. They just have a lot more work to do.
I'm just but
that's against what he said. He said the Texans got a lot better. You can't speak for us for the AFC South. That's factually incorrect.
He can, yeah, definitely can. Eric says Parker Washington is gonna have a big season.
He's a dog. He's a dog.
His workload's getting heavy.
Mm-hmm. Tekken is my world says how many of you are shocked T-Law's hair is not real? I don't know that anybody was shocked. That haircut though was like, if that was it, bro.
Like that barber would be putting his
did it shock
job
you
on the
though?
line,
Did
bro.
it shock you? Nah, really. Yeah, that'd be kind of a fucked up haircut you would get.
Well, I thought maybe he got a haircut, but it was a fake haircut at first. And they're gonna reveal his real haircut. Because I can tell you, because I had long hair last year.
I like that.
I had long hair last year. I couldn't wait to cut that shit. It's annoying. So I could see why Trevor going his whole life with like that long with long hair, dude. It's I don't know, man. I couldn't.
Well, there was a picture floating around. He had a buzz cut in like middle school or high school or some crap. I don't know. It's been a long time. He's got that sunshine hair.
The biggest question is, does he have a deal with Head and Shoulders?
I don't know, man. Head and Shoulders is shit, dude. That's not a good product. But that's another topic.
It's not about the use. It's not about how good it is. It's how much they're paying. If they're paying them well, I mean.
Yeah, it's true.
Head and Shoulders, we do not discriminate here on Roundtables. So listen, your shit product can all of a sudden be good if you want to sponsor us.
All right, use promo code HMA.
Yeah. DJ Boom says, can't take this guy serious with that Trevor Lawrence pick in the background. Jags are 9-8 this season.
Okay. Okay. It's interesting. I mean, at least they don't have a cardboard cutout.
I knew that was coming. I knew. I was like, I hope he plays this right because this writes itself if he could just throw
I
that
need like
out
a
there.
short-haired mannequin behind me.
I was like, bro, I got a cutout. That's tough. Okay. Well, if Stroud doesn't pan out, I haven't taken a look at next year's quarterback class just because I'm hoping and praying that he does turn out. But I heard that the quarterback class is very good. This is kind of the bittersweet situation that the Texans find themselves in, that if he proves himself, well, he's a franchise guy that you've been waiting almost 20 years for. If he's not, you haven't paid him. He has trade value because someone is going to want him because he still has a resume that quarterbacks don't have, right, in terms of playoff wins and offensive rookie of the year. So it's just going to be a tough scenario if he doesn't pan out. But there's a lot of rumblings that maybe he does get paid right before the season. We'll see.
Well, listen, I'll tell you, one of those Shanahan coaching tree guys will certainly be after him because he fits beautifully in that system. And that's the other thing too. Every coach, every good offensive mind would look at CJ Stroud like they do every quarterback that hasn't panned out but has a ton of talent and was drafted high and be like, they screwed it up. I can fix them. I can fix. So somebody would take that chance for sure.
Yeah, on the offensive rookie of the year, yes.
Yeah, somebody would take that chance. So I'd be curious to see how it goes. All right, let's talk about a roundtable event potentially. So
I know week one the boys are coming down, Dom and and the gang.
Are they? All right. So, Michael, talk to me. Tennessee Titans schedule. Give me a game that you think would be worthy of a roundtable event.
Are we talking any game or just AFC South game?
Give me an AFC South game.
All right. Well, I would definitely have to go with Jaguars at the Titans. Last year, Nissan Stadium. Buzz is heavy with Cam Ward. Sending the old girl out in style. Let's have one of them 99 2000 matchups we used to have.
Oh, I like it. All right. Derek, give me one off your schedule.
Well, I mean, if playoff implications are on the line, that Jaguars Colts game at the end of the year in Indianapolis could very well be a good one.
I don't know. You said both of us are getting like 7 or 9 wins. So clearly it's going to be for draft position. But you guys don't have a first round pick.
I don't know. It's
matter.
tough for me. It's tough for me early on because I'm getting married in October, so I can't be spending too many of my weekends away from home.
Wait, are we going to have a wedding at an AFC South roundtable event?
Hey, I like it.
Exclamation point.
Yeah. So it's hard for me in the early part of the season, but I don't know. I can't remember what other games the Jags or the Texans have with you guys. If it's more towards the middle of the season or not.
All right.
Derek's out.
Yeah. Dalton, talk to me.
Why don't we all go to London, man?
I was just about to say, that's the most easiest, obvious, but I don't know, bro, because I got to see what the situation is down there.
My fiance is saying that y'all can come to the wedding, by the way.
Perfect.
Too.
Wedding's going to be at a roundtable event.
Yeah. But I got to get a plug down.
Make it a roundtable event.
Double wedding roundtable event. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know. That's just what I heard.
Derek, we are going to make you sing the Colts song at your wedding. We're going to get that done live.
Somebody's probably going to make me anyway.
This is my wedding. This is my wife. We bleed blue.
Oof.
Oh, it's so good.
Cindy Addy, Derek. Ruben and Dalton, thoughts, man. What game? I was looking at those Texans game, but it's hard, right? Because one of them's December 20th and one of them's in London.
Yeah, that's what's hard. You got the Sunday
y'all.
before Christmas. Like the timing for these
it's like
Jags
that's
games.
not going to happen.
Yeah, and there's a hit on me in Houston, so that's also tough.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, if not the London one, that week 15 one, it looks like the only one where we could say, I mean, unless Derek, you want to come down on Thursday night football?
Yeah, there's a Thursday night football game between.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It is.
We could get an Airbnb.
That's the one. What
We
week is that?
We might.
That's
I'm
November
working
9th.
night, so it kind of.
Oh, look, we have to because that's November 19th. My birthday's on the 22nd.
Ooh, I like this. Okay. I like
Hey,
this.
We're going to the
We'll
club.
see. We'll
Hey,
see.
Michael, Dalton, Jamie.
I like it.
Hey, you
I
want to
like
pull
it.
some?
I
You
like
want
it.
to pull some hoes? Come with me, okay? We'll go to the club.
It's coming from the guy that's already got a kid. Don't listen to him, Mary.
Yeah, but that
Don't
doesn't
listen.
stop you from having a good time.
No, it definitely doesn't. I got a couple myself, so I understand. All right. Listen, we'll have to figure it out if we do an event. I actually like that, the Thursday night football game, because the reason I like a Thursday night football game is because
You just get
it doesn't
slaughtered.
well, and it doesn't take away from everybody else who wants to stream during the game, right? So it's like the rest of you guys play Sunday, you get home, you can still stream for your games, you're not missing out on anything. And then those of you that are at the game, like that's prime time, you can do a quick live at halftime, do whatever. So I think there's a good way to get your content out still when we attend a Thursday night game is what I'm saying. So I think that might be the one. So we'll have to talk to the powers that be on that one for sure. DJ Boom says the CJ Stroud cutout different than that weird pick. Laugh out loud.
Yeah, no, we got to get a new one. We'll figure it out.
Hey, give me a new one too while you're at it.
I got
This
you.
is his rookie year. I'll take
Hair-
a cardboard cutout. I'll take locks of blonde hair. I don't care. I'll take
A
something.
Thursday night football game in Houston will be crazy
That's the
because we've
one.
also got the tailgate set up, so we'll have a spot in the blue lot.
Ruben,
Oh, I think we might
you
have
know
to
I'm
do it.
I'm showing up in the New Jersey though, right?
No, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Loser of the division cuts his
And Big
Wow.
Jack's fan can show up in the jersey that Michael got him.
And we get an Airbnb in Galveston. It'll be lit.
That's right. We got a whole party going on.
I think I'd be down for that just because I don't have much hair anyway. So like it'll grow back in like 2 weeks.
Oh.
So
Just cut it like
No,
him.
I
All
can't
right,
cut
all right,
this.
that's fair. Can't cut it. All right,
Them
chat.
sexy
Listen,
locks.
I need you guys to pump that game, that Thursday night game, Colts in Houston. That's the one, man, in November. That's the one that we got to push for. So we need to know that you guys are going to attend that game, show out, make it worth the while. We got Dre backstage. Let me see if I can bring him in.
Nice.
Yeah, we could ask Dre if Dalton's valid in Houston.
He just fell out of backstage, so I tried to bring him on, and he fell out of backstage. So I'm not sure what's going on. We got DJ Boom saying, "I'll DJ with y'all for the game." Ooh,
Bro,
okay.
bro,
We got a
listen,
DJ in
we're
house.
the best DJ in Houston. I'm telling you.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Okay, this is beautiful. I
He's
love
all
this.
over Houston and everything.
I love this. I love this. Okay, perfect. We got the DJ set up. We got Mox Nintendo says, "Keep my coach's name out your mouth." I like it. Let's bring on Dre. Let's see what he says. What's up, Dre?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
What's up, Dre?
How you doing, man?
What's up, Dre?
Man, all good, man. H-Town, you know what it is.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
man, Mike, man, don't nobody care about your fake Oilers ugly
And
jersey.
yet you
come
brought it
here
up.
with them-
You brought it up. You called just to bring it
Care
up.
about that
So you
jersey,
prove my
man.
point, man. Come on.
You can come up here with no shirt on and just put an L on your chest for your team, bro. Just
Why you trying to see my
uh,
man? Why you trying to see my man tits for? Come on.
Dre, tell UCF he's valid in Houston.
What'd you say?
Tell UCF he's valid in Houston, bro. He's gonna be okay.
Yeah, he good, bro. You come out here, bro. Yeah, come on, get you some barbecue, man. Just have a good time, bro. Yeah, you good out here.
All right, sweet.
I
Yes,
love it.
sir.
I love
Yes,
it.
sir.
What do you think, Dre? Talk to me. If we do a roundtable event for that Thursday night game, you in attendance?
Man, I would love to, honestly. If it was on a Sunday or a Saturday and I was available, I definitely would. I mean, not a Saturday, but a Sunday, I definitely would come. Weekdays, I'm not available, unfortunately. But yeah, I definitely would come. Not real talk. I would love to talk trash in person.
Well, I mean, he just gave Dalton the free pass and then says he's not going to show up. So you don't really have anybody to protect you, Dalton. I don't know how that's going to
I
go.
got
man.
you.
You might want to
bro.
get a pass
We
from
good,
someone
we
else.
good. Shout
I'll
out
be
to
late.
Yeah,
I'll
about
be
that
leaving ours with
Ruben.
Ruben the
About
whole
that Ruben
time.
got it.
I'll be like that South Park episode where like Butters and Cartman are holding hands the whole episode. I'll be like me and Ruben.
I love it. I love it. Dre, talk to me, man. What's the record prediction for your Texans, man?
Man, it's gonna sound cocky, bro. Not to sound like Derek, bro. I feel like we could go undefeated. I'm not even playing.
Oh my god.
I feel like we could go undefeated. I'm not even joking.
That's some major May energy, dude.
I'm not even joking, bro. Look, you saw how many games we won last year. CJ Stroud had basically none of the skill players that he's gonna have this year. We got Tank coming back. We got David Montgomery here. There was no Joe Mixon last year. We got Woody Marks, got a new number. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's getting in more comfortable numbers. Tank got a new number. Kamari got a new number. We didn't lose nobody on defense. Like whatever we lost, we literally upgraded it. Like, bro, we could go undefeated. The only team that I was ever afraid of, honestly, is only two teams I was afraid of last year. That was the Ravens and the Seahawks. Seahawks for obvious reasons, right? They just won the Super Bowl. The Ravens, just because Lamar Jackson has always destroyed us. Is always destroyed us. That's the only team I've ever been like really afraid of. No John Harbaugh's over there no more. Whole new coach. John Harbaugh's on the Giants over there. We got to see how they do. I'm not afraid of the Ravens no more. I'm not afraid of the Giants. I'm not afraid of no team. We didn't beat Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen multiple times, and he playing in Houston again. He already know that he's owned over here. He ain't good over here. You know what I'm saying? He took Dalton's spot. He ain't good over here. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna win, bro. I really feel like we could go undefeated. I'm not even joking. I can see it happening.
Oh, coming in with the hot take to end the show. I love it. I love it, Dre. Well, we'll see how it plays out, man. Thanks for calling in, brother. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Got to.
NASCAR.
Well, I got one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, sir. So I will say when we play Jacksonville, I think just for the sake of CJ Stroud, we're going to rest him. And we're going to definitely put Davis Mills in just so he can have, you know what I'm saying, have a nice hat over there in London. Just to have a nice Jaguar hat in London and just, just do his thing and show out. Let's get some Texas fans, some London Texas fans, you know what I'm saying? Get a bottle of water, you know what I'm saying, over there and do our thing, you know what I'm saying? So,
I love it.
They love their Davis Mills, man. That's for damn sure.
They do. They definitely do. Dude. All right, Dre, we'll talk to you, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I forgot. You guys play Josh Allen. Isn't that week 1 too? And you guys do own him in Houston. He's awful there.
He's not awful. Good. It's like the last 2 games. It was the worst game of his career the year before this one, and then last year, then it went even lower. It was
even worse. Yeah.
Hey, can we say that Dre took maybe a big Jags fan spot as most outlandish take said on the show?
Oh, maybe we'll see.
Yeah. You kind of shout out to Dre, but yeah, that's undefeated is crazy. I wouldn't know what would happen to me.
17. We'll put him in the lead for now. Crazy. He's at the top of the board right now.
How many undefeated regular season teams that have been like 2 or 3? Like Patriots did it, didn't win a Super Bowl. Dolphins did it. I don't think any teams outside of it.
Not since the Super Bowl.
I don't think anybody is going to the regular season. No,
the '85 Bears were close.
That's
about it.
So we've seen it. All right, y'all. Listen, hell of a show. Cannot wait. Everything's starting to fall into place, man. We'll be back when we're back. Make sure you got those bell notifications on because you might miss an episode of the AFC South otherwise. So I'm your host, Jesse. For Derek, Michael, Ruben, and Dalton, we'll be back when we're back. Much love. Talk soon. Peace.
Tighten up.